I think a very risky decision to go for Jace, considering that massive front line that Bro have online already.
Yeah, and I think that DRX is going to really have to give Rich some attention. Both of these teams not wanting to give this up.
And, you know, Closer doesn't have ult anymore because he used it to escape, so this is a really tough fight here for Bro. No ult for Paulo, of course, at level 4 either.
Yep, Closer moving in. Morgan there as well. Level 6 available. He can go all out if he would like it, as it seems like Bro should be able to get themselves one of these. They've taken control of the area, at least for now. So no feats of strength to go down for either team. Great double knockback here from Morgan. Is now Rich to the skies, trying to throw Closer around the gravity field. Is extraordinary, and Polo is going to go down for first blood. That's LazyFeel picking up first blood in his first game, but it's traded back immediately. The Bros do not waste any time as Morgan is looking for Rich as well. Grabs his opposite number, and now LazyFeel and UCal, they have to just get out of there. Closer a bit distracted by minions, as we can see, as Morgan wanting to dash after this little Corki, but the Valkyrie does come in, and Closer almost just straight up dies. Hunting through now.
Positioning there from Paulo as well. Atlas just knowing that he could cut anybody off here, having Banana Brush control with that control ward super helpful there, and just denying any entry. So, you know, sure, you got the first 3 feet of strength, but Rich, you can already see the problems here. Yeah,
fantastic laner just in general, but now Bro looking to try and get another one. As far as these objectives are concerned, if they get all 3 of these, then that is going to be another feat of strength, or at least a third of it, and that will put them at 2/3. Only one more to be picked up, and they will have that one on lockdown, and then it is just that first turret blood to be fought for both of these teams. DRX, the fact that they managed to get at least that first blood.
This lane, again, UCal in danger.
Yeah, flashes forward, going to be able to pick up. Oh, the ulti just goes completely wide. The Impale holds him out of the way, but still he's able to grab the kill onto UCal. Chaos Storm not doing too much, and Andil, I'm sorry, buddy, wrong place, wrong time, and you are just more food for the Yone. It looked comical, but the results, they're just fine. On Vision, but I don't know whether this Dragon is going to last long enough for that Vision to mean anything at all. UCal moves over, they get rid of that control ward, but that is going to be a feat of strength going over to the Bros in the form of these objectives. Just the turrets to be worried about here, as Rich is on the top side of the map, definitely dangerous if he does get some spare time. Sometimes it's going to be hard to try and exactly work out where Arakan's going to be spawning. But this time it was very easy. Humbug looking for an opportunity here as Andil's in trouble. The ulti goes wide there from Sponge, and he looks to try and get out of the way. Polo with Magnus Storm doesn't get too much done, but that Impale was brilliant at holding them in place. Solar Flare going to be connecting, and look at the health bars. They are just way too big. Bro just walk at them like a freight train, and DRX can do nothing.
As far as it's a good follow-up engage there from Paulo as well. And now Bro looking to clean this turret off the map. Look at how well they control mid lane. They also have Morgan sitting on the bottom side, who had teleport available the entire time. Could have joined, didn't need to. And so that's the first turret going over. That speeds to strength here, the first one of the LCK Cup going over to Bro.
Yeah, Bro going to be the very first ones to be able to buy cool shoes. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. They've been saving for it, and that suits them because of the OK savings bank. Calm before a lot of storm that's going to be coming in very soon. Unless Morgan decides to go all out, which he does. Rich in so much trouble here. The dashing continues. The flash does have to come out. That means that Rich will be safe for the moment. Top lane is out of the picture, and now another fight breaking out around this Dragon Pit. UCal moving in. Watch out for that Chaos Storm, but there's the Magnet Storm. Speaking of storms, and the better one is on the side of the Bros. Double kill for Hype. And Morgan, he's there towards the top side. He's just taking out inner turrets.
I have to say, I mean, I think the symptoms that you and I saw in the draft are really rearing their head here, but it's a massive lead on top of it all. And now that third Dragon here is available, but I mean, that's not even really the story of the game. We're watching a Herald take out mid-turret, get an additional crash here. Massive Voidlings here means it's going to be the inner to go over as well. I mean, this game is all but over here. I mean, it's a 7,000 gold lead, sub 20 minutes.
Hog State talking about the fact that First Blood is such a weird one. That's the only one DRX didn't get, and this is still a mega snowball. Has crashed down here from Polo, and the stats say as well that win rates haven't necessarily changed.
Yeah, I do wonder.
A lot of things are concerned. So it's really weird how a lot of these stats do pan out, but I think it's still a good thing to address regardless. Yeah, maybe we got a little bit overexcited.
Yeah, I wonder what it is Voracious. That's going to be the main flavor in LCK. I was just trying to
Arakan is red, by the way. That's Arakan. People tell me that there is a different one that they see sometimes in their games. No, we only have the red one here.
It's I went for 2+ because I wanted to just be a dissenting opinion. I think was that one on the tweet? Because yeah, the goal difference of 20 was about 7K here, and you can see DRX are really just I mean, they are trying to get
Will they be able to kill
Skarner.
Humbug? There are 4 people on their way over, and he is losing health. Slowly but surely, yeah, this is going to be taken down. So Lazyfield grabs his second.
Okay.
As Arakan continuing to get a little bit frustrated here towards the top side of the map.
So quickly and has made such a big impact in these team fights.
Well,
Andel.
Yeah, Andel is dead, guys. Oh, he's going to flash. Still probably dead, but he's going to try and do what he can before he does end up going down. And when I say still dead, he is not. It's a double impale. It's the other members of his team that are going to be going down. Yucal, the first one to hit the deck, as Lazyfield turns up. And it looks like Bro just going to back away and say thanks.
Should be taken. They still win that fight. They still get the kill onto Yucal, and they're still going to get Arakan. But if this was a more even game state, it might have been a bit of a disaster.
Yep. And Arakan is going to be taken out here. Cool little buff now around the Bros. See what they can actually utilize with it. There's some bounty gold going in here.
Heavily all in on an objective, like a Baron, for example.
Exactly. And so now the Bros are going to get it down to 50% health. And I think that, Sponge is trying to make his way in. Polo's going to hold him in position. Andel's in trouble once again. Eclipse doing so much work. I just don't know whether it's doing quite enough. As now, Close are going back. And yeah, he's just going to pretty much recall and then head back in. Doesn't have teleport though, so he's going to be a little while making his way over. A 4 versus 5 just for a bit as the Magnet Storm is gorgeous with the bullet time over the top. Crash in from Humbug there as well. Finds an impale onto Lazyfield, who cleanses, Valkyrie, does everything he can to get himself out of the way, and this time finally, Andel is going to go down. Morgan is just going completely ballistic here towards the top side of the map, flashes out of the gravity well, another kill onto Yucal. The Lord is definitely almighty in his first game of the LCK Cup. They're going to take down Sponge as well, and it's only Lazyfield left standing. Yes, they stopped the Baron, but I don't know whether they're going to stop it again.
Last man on the lineup today, last one to fall. And down he goes, makes it an ace. And look, if you're cup half full, successful Baron deny.
And also, if you're cup half full, they can't play Skarner again in the next game.
That's right. Nor can they play the Rel Misfortune combo.
They may not have banned it, but they banned it, because this is fearless. It's glorious. DRX just wanting to get him in the second one ever.
100% win rate.
I know, isn't it extraordinary? They're going to be able to grab themselves a Mountain Soul. That is 100% Soul rate as well. 100% Barons in every game that they've taken.
Since elimination matches in Kespo Cup, they haven't lost.
Exactly. And they've taken more Arakans in other than any other team ever.
In LCK history.
Cup history, exactly. Yeah. It is extraordinary. That's extraordinary as well. The Impale comes through, the bullet time comes down. And yeah, we're being a bit facetious. We're having a bit of fun because, ladies and gentlemen, this game is over. Closer diving on forward. Polo once again showing off the fact that he is going to get player of the match. That is just how it's going to go. His Rel has been so extraordinarily good. And DRX just going to be happy that he can't play it again in game number 2. Sponge going to get wiped from the Rift. Andel onto the fountain. But Morgan's going to do his very best to pull him back out there. And we're not going to be able to talk about respawning Nexus turrets because, unfortunately, the Nexus does not respawn. And that will be going down imminently. OK Savings Bank BRION with the very first victory here for our LCK Cup, putting themselves 1-0 in the series. So, while in isolation, strong into the Kaisa, putting yourself at a lot of risk here. DRX, I think this time around, getting the stronger draft here. So much pre-built synergy here. Data deficit, and now in danger of Hambak diving early. The turret ramp is going to be quite important in this situation. Yeah, Lazyfield thinking about where he wants to go. And honestly, there's not a lot of options because he has no flash. That's first blood going over to the Viego. Gets the possession there as well to try and get a little bit more damage onto this turret. Beautifully done, and that is going to be Bro now picking up that first feeder strength. And also having a great game so far. Of course, very early days, but I love to overreact.
I mean, he's such a similar player to Lucid. Anyways, we're going to have a bit of a scuffle here. Yeah, this time towards the bottom side. Andel with the flash slam into the wall onto Polo. And they are going to be able to take him down. 1,000 health on this Dragon. The seismic shove from Closer is just a little bit of a wave goodbye, and that is going to mean that objective goes over to DRX. Here, as we see Hambak is trying to rush this first grub, but finds himself in danger. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here as Rich looking to make his way over, not quite in taunt range. And it is still just going to be that one grub picked up by DRX. So I actually thought that Hambak might have got the smite off there, but I missaw it, and that was in fact that grub going over to this Wukong. So that could be 2 very, very fast objectives to be taken here by DRX to even out the feats of strength. Just needing one more
In 4 minutes time when that Drake spawns, or in 4 minutes when the next round of grubs spawns, DRX, if they were able to lock it down, all three of them, the ability for Humbug just to steal away one is certainly going to be there. 5 grubs, though, going to lead to a possible first tower. But here's another engage. Great double knock up there from Andil as Humbug tries to get himself out, but doesn't manage to. Hype utilizing that Blade Caller really nicely, but not quite nicely enough as in goes Closer. His patented, overly aggressive play coming on through there as he tries to flash away, but he just takes a stick to the head, and that is going to be Sponge locking down that kill.
It looks like it will be to even it up. No one here to deny. Humbug on the other side of the map, maybe trying to turn this into a dragon play, but full control goes to UCal there in the side lane. Andil and Closer, this is a very bizarre decision. I mean, Hype's incredibly low. It was kind of a zero-sum game there at close quarters because of the Aurora ultimate, so I do like this choice.
Yep,
but down goes the turret.
Yep, that is just going to be first turret blood going on over to DRX, and so that is 2 feats of strength and some cool shoes. It's all right. Humbug trying to clear out some vision. Rift Herald going to be taken here by a Sponge. Man, bro needs to find something. And it's so weird, right? Because we have often said that bro's ability to just try and make plays to get themselves back into a game is what they've been missing. No matter what players have been on this team, it's always been a big factor for this squad.
So they're kind of just giving these objectives up. Herald is going to crash here into this mid turret, the second turret likely taken of the game because they have 6 grubs. I mean, this Voidling's going to pop out, and I mean, there's just nothing you can do to stop this. So they just keep collecting gold and getting more map control here. And you can see Rich has just been given so much leeway in the side lane, everywhere.
And he's even had the gall to build, like, steel caps.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about you, Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to make sure that I am going to be able to get things done in these team fights. Of course, steel caps, if you do get the upgrade as well, are completely ridiculous. And so, yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Second dragon to be picked up here by DRX. By the looks of things, Yuka are going to come on over and add some support. As Follow should be able to clear out this ward. And moving on over, and yeah, it's a grand exit. You can understand exactly why, as Morgan might be able to get something done here. Going to be taking some blood petals as well. Certainly going to feel good. Minute and a half until Arakan does turn up. And yeah, I don't think we've had quite the amount of aggression that we need.
Unfortunately for Morgan, he wasn't even able to get that turret there on the top side. Lazyfield coming up, he could ult in.
Yeah,
no turret.
There's a lot of ult-in availability. Of course, Rich not going to be able to ult-in on top of himself, as Morgan was even able to get a blood petal. That was pretty cool. Justice Punch avoided, and the Void Seeker not going to seek anything, or not going to find anything at least. As the Equalizer getting a lot of value, but Morgan's still dead. Sponge going to be able to grab that one. Humbug looking for an opportunity here, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to find it. Decent little stun, but it's onto Rich, and he's so tanky. Another wall comes down, but Closer is just going to put it away immediately. Rich taken out. The sacrificial Galio.
But in return, it looks like we're going to see UCal take that bottom side turret. So Rich sacrificed himself. You take the Rumble off the map, and UCal's going to get more gold on this Aurora. And I feel like this is still just a huge trade up for DRX. So it's a small consolation prize, you could say, for Bro. But I am very concerned about what the rest of this mid game is going to look like as we crest 20 minutes here to set up a single target pick. He's going to need to, get over here soon. They have vision of this.
Yep.
But stopping it's another story.
They know exactly what's going on. And it can be very dangerous because of the amount of shred that you do get. Humbug's moving on over and the teleport's coming in. All right, they are committing to this. Andil taking a fair bit of damage as now Morgan has turned up. The Equalizer is going to be so dangerous. Teamfight comes down, Killer Instinct into the back line. It's a phenomenal heroic entrance and Lazyfield is popping off. He gets into that back line. That's a triple kill for the Vietnamese player. And bro, they are sent packing. That is Arakan going down as well, so Richie can feel free to try and die.
From behind in situations like this.
Yeah.
Not very tanky.
Well, there's 30 seconds, and then, bro, I think just need to pull the trigger.
I think you're right, but you win a fight, you'll get some petals and some gold, it'll put you back in it, but it's just a limited win if you can get it. That is to say.
Well, Rich now just moving on over. Justice Punch is odd. He's just right underneath that turret, trying to get some use out of this Arakan passive. The ulti does come down there from UCal, and DRX is just going to wipe the floor with that turret. They take that one down real comfortably, and yeah, Rich invests his entire health bar, but he would have probably even preferred to die.
Yeah, he's
go
like,
back to base and buy and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's like, I have TP.
Now I have to waste all of this time pressing B and stuff. Oh, man.
He's like, guys, the withdraw animation is faster than the recall.
Exactly.
Can't I just die? And that's when the team is telling him absolutely not. But what's interesting too about this lineup here for DRX is we'll talk a lot about this when we go through the rest of LCK Cup and the regular season of LCK, but coincidence. But they have the back, buy, and return Void Staff done for UCal. This is a big Aurora, and they are happy to start this. It's on Vision, but sometimes seeing isn't everything, Atlas, as they say.
Very true. Humbug is going to lay down some mist. Let's see whether he can find a way in here to try and get something stolen away. Seismic Shove going wide. Humbug in position, like, this could be a difficult Baron. As Sponge decides to turn it, he is able to lock that one down. Humbug gets in there, but doesn't get away with it. And that is Rich locking down that kill. They do manage to take down the Wukong, but the knockups are just gigantic. They take down Ondil, but Hype is still in so much trouble. LazyFeel wants to flash in, and he will do so. Takes down his opposite number, and he's going to be able to help tidy up Morgan there as well. The Lord could not save them. And bro, I think he's going to have to play a third game in this series.
Looking likely. Man, Ondil is having a fantastic night, Atlas. He is really feeling himself in the second game in particular, but even in game one had some decent moments. And that is that. Paperman's not going to be able to steal the Baron, and he just falls instantly. The flash follow-up knockup, though, from Ondil was just Chef's Kiss, and now the base is falling here again at 27 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know whether Polo's going to be able to save this one, as LazyFeel with these 3 items completed is doing so much damage. Void Seeker almost killing Humbug on the fountain where he stands, but the Nexus will go down, and that is a tied-up series.
No, I think that there's a lot of ways to get access to the Varus here for the side of DRX. They have the ability to kind of get through that front line with the hostile takeover, potentially. They also have Xin Zhao is very beefy.
Stand around. They have no range. It's now Hype in a little bit of trouble here. Sponge making his way over. Wind does become lightning. The flash has to come out. They're going to accept that one for the moment. Towards the bottom lane, though, is Humbug. Gets some vision down. This Pillar of Flame could do a bunch of work. The hook goes wide, though. It's closer. He's going to turn up. Great handshake comes in as there's the wind wall. Sponge going to have to flash away. LazyFeel doing the same thing. And another pillar comes through, and the bailout not going to be working this time. First blood and a feat of strength going over to Hype. And another hook connects as Polo pick up the first palm of the tournament, my friend. He's definitely getting it. This guy's so good. Look. Morgan's turning up. Let's see what's going to happen here as Sponge already getting to work on these grubs. I believe the first one was taken by Humbug, and indeed it was, so it should be 2-1. No feat of strength going to be counted down. The flash forward here as the Ruthless Predator comes down. The knockup from Closer to follow up. LazyFeel's on the floor, and the bros, they did not appreciate that Game 2 loss.
No, they certainly did not, and I think they are appreciating the early game lead that they have here in this one. First blood picked up by them early. Will be able to get 2 out of 3 grubs and prevent himself from flashing. And that being said, on the other side of the map, because of that, it's a successful deny on the gank, and they get the dragon out of it. So DRX bouncing back a little bit here, abusing the melee support incredibly well. The Hype didn't take the Comet or anything like that to try to poke his way into advantages, just wants to sit back. He's got 3 kills, so he's feeling okay, but at least LazyFeel is getting more back. Bro will be able to get these grubs, as you mentioned.
The satisfaction of watching Brand take grubs, never gets old. As well, even though the top laners didn't necessarily win out, as the hook comes through from Polu, gets the knockup onto Rich. Sorry about the caster curse, as, I think Humbug might have the damage. Does find himself to E. There's the stun, beautifully done. Sears him down. That is a medium rare Gragas in the top lane.
Well, fortunately, though, for DRX, they already got first turret blood in the bottom side with the Ambassa push from UCal, so at least this turret going down isn't going to be the end of the world for them. And we're still waiting to see who's going to get that feats of strength. DRX having bottom side control means they also have prio for this Drake.
He does have the dominance available. No flash, though, is now Rich. In that brush, does find the angle here onto Humbug. There's the knockup. Humbug getting himself out of the way, though, and he might actually be safe. Sponge cut down where he stands, and the Brand survives. Another hook is going to land there because Polo does not miss those. Morgan very, very low, though, as LazyFeel doesn't get the execution on the Rend. And now it's Hype. He has that range advantage. The Fade's call, though, may have baited them out. Hype gets knocked up, but there's no follow-up. It's just Polu that does go down. The blinking health bars on both sides. The knock-up onto LazyFeel. That is a lot of damage there as in goes UCal. 2 lockdown. LazyFeel does get the bailout. Closer utilizing that wind well so beautifully. But now, can UCal survive this? Is that the triple? Yes, it is. And DRX, they're on the board and in a big way.
A quiet early game for UCal.
No.
Oh boy.
He was on a ward.
Well, things turning up in a big way here for DRX with Rich committing the teleport. They're on the Dragon now.
With the bros. And now it's even closer than it was before. Polu possibly out of position here at the same time. The Hail of Arrows is going to slow down Sponge. He has to use the ultimate. Good handshake there from Andil. As, okay, the Herald is going to lose interest. Polu's just going to be cut down though. That is going to be the bailout successful, but immediately it's locked up again. Lazyfield trying to find another angle here to get even more aggressive. But a 1-for-1 in the end, not going to spell out too much.
They have Prio right now. Hambach is not able to put any damage into DRX just yet.
All right, the Lord's flank angle is looking a bit dangerous here as the Rift Arrow going to be secured by Hambach. Morgan can flash and gets on top of Lazyfield, but the Fate's Call is pretty good. Hype untouched though until UCal gets into that back line. Still, it's going to be a flash out. Hype still in pretty good position. Hambach dealing with Rich at this point in time, but the hero that is our Lord is going to get over the wall and then back over again. UCal using all of these dashes, and it's just not going to be enough.
There, you know, without his Leandre's damage, I don't know if they actually could take this.
And that was feats of strength as well. This is going to be Pro being able to upgrade their shoes.
Absolutely.
Some fancy Nikes now available for this squad. And looking at it, like you can see the Swifties as well upgraded. Might be their first Dragon of the game as well. Once again, it's going to be a Mountain Soul, which is kind of nutty. I'm finding it hard to keep up with everything. Normally we've talked about which soul it is far before the Dragon has in fact spawned and been killed. But there's a lot of stuff here, you know, into this big gun in the mid lane.
Yeah, Morgan also side laning on the top side, so this 4-1 setup here is incredibly powerful, and they have the withdraws. So, I mean, they're not vulnerable for anything. They can go in.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption does come down. Turret is getting a little bit angry. Knock up onto Sponge, but not one that Closer wants to follow up on, and they'll take 2 turrets for their trouble. A third possibly going down as well if Morgan can get his minions in position.
Hear that bro win when the minions get here. DRX just trying to group.
Yep, Hex Flash over is great handshake for the disengage out of Andil, but in comes Morgan. He's pre-ulted as well, just trying to keep them busy. It is going to be Andil going down first up, but you can see there is a whole lot of getting sent back to the fountain here for the bros. Hype just trying to stand in position and deliver this damage. UCal should be able to take him out though, and there it goes. That's in fact just a kill. UCal as well, close to the highest level in the game as you just saw, and he still has a gold lead. Even though there's been 5 kills picked up by Closer. Now Polu going aggressive once again. Lazyfield feels like he has a good angle, and in fact he does. Chains of Corruption does nothing. And the exhaust comes on through there as well. The bailout was on Lazyfield. He didn't even need it. 2 on the floor. Hambach joins this Yasuo, and down goes the Lord as well. 4 on the ground for Bro.
DRX picking up this Baron will almost completely nullify the gold lead. It's going to be about 100, 200. That's the difference between them after this Baron is taken. And it's going to guarantee they have objective control for the next fight as well.
As Morgan looking to chase after him. Can they hold him in position? That's going to be the question as the turret goes down in the mid lane.
Oh, wait. The way!
Oh, he's out of there! And the bros are unable to stop him. He's down into the bottom lane, and he's pushing with UCal. Yeah, the rest of DRX is going to be pushing in.
I think the call was probably initially, hey, Rich is a lost cause. Let's hard push mid and bottom. But then Rich gets out with the TP as well. No one can shut him down, and they get 2 turrets for it. He doesn't die, and this Baron definitely said that's Challenger's baby at least 3 times.
At least 3 times.
In front of the television over on the space. But look at what Hambach has in his inventory. Right, he's got his ult. The only thing he really is missing is the flash, but he's got an arm guard for survivability. He has the tier 3 Sork shoes.
Yep.
You know, 2 incredibly strong items, the slow and the burn, to actually maximize his damage. They don't have a mage mid laner, so they really need him to do well. Speaking of,
Morgan gonna have to try and protect him here as the flash forward. Great cast, but maybe he's now no, he's not. Lazyfield is going to be able to find him. Hambach gonna go down extraordinarily low. The bailout. Is it going to be working here? And the answer is it doesn't actually have to, because he doesn't even go down. Oh, never mind. The Leandre's burn will do it.
And Hambach doesn't expend his arm guard there. Want to make sure we can shut down DRX from getting that Mountain Soul. So makes a wise choice there, in my opinion, because I don't think they would have turned it even if he was able to go golden there. So holds on to that critical item. The upgraded Swifties for Hype, which will give him tons of movement speed. And okay, hold that thought.
Yep, that's going to be Morgan taking a whole lot of damage here from UCal, who's just not taking any damage at all. Morgan realizing that he just needs to deal with a minion wave, and he's not even going to be able to do that. And UCal collects his 6th. Undying so far today in this game.
UCal's ult's coming online fairly soon here. He's still on the flank. Catching either Hambach or Hype will be massive TP.
Here's the teleport. That's a bit of a short one, but Rich gets himself into position. Hambach goes golden, but he's the jungler, and he's just going to get executed. He does a bit of damage on his way out, but that is not going to be enough, and the pro's not going to be able to stop this Baron. They might be able to deny a Dragon, I guess, but even that's up in 20 seconds, and this Baron isn't going to last very long at all.
No.
The kills have been evened out, but the gold is well and truly in the advantage of DRX, and on their second Baron, they might just be able to win the game.
They did not set that up. DRX are proactive. They pick him, and that's Baron plus Mountain Soul here. And I don't know if I can call this a close game anymore. It is looking like we are looking for DRX to close this one out. It's not over till it's over.
DRX looking so strong. And Hook gonna go wide there as Rich just going to use his burly finesse to get himself out of the way. Body slam beautifully timed. They take down the turret.
UCal is just going to sit over here alone and take out this turret slowly but steadily. What they really want, the real prize is, though, an inhibitor. 80 seconds left to go. If Bro could stave the pressure off here, maybe there's a chance back into this game.
Yeah, Closey, you can see, going a little bit aggressive onto Rich, who has about 7 million health. So he'll be absolutely fine.
He's on that top inhibitor turret.
Yeah, that should be taken down here unless Closey can make something happen. He throws out the ulti. Morgan trying to get over there. Slices, dices, gets the stun, but it's not going to be enough. The flash out from UCal is enough disengage. And now Rich could be in trouble, or he could just be way too tanky. Hype trying to get some damage down here. Sponge taking a little bit, but throws out the Crescent Guard. UCal in some trouble. Great knock up here from Closer. He has to flash, though, to get out of the way. The pros are fighting as hard as they can, but it's just not quite enough. Lazyfield is inside the base. I don't know whether that was necessarily the right call, but it looked really cool, and inhibitors are still going down for DRX. The Baron is going to be up again in 30 seconds time, so I just don't know whether you're going to be able to survive with all of these supers just parading into your base.
And DRX's Team Elder, Atlas.
It's kind of crazy as the ulti catches him, and once again, Hambach is just on the floor. That broken arm guard looking at him just sadly from his inventory, and that will spell a Baron right on the spawn, and DRX, I think, might be able to end it here. The third Baron is the charm.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, they are Team Elder, but they've been doing a lot of Baron. We'll find out.
Yeah, I think not good enough, especially when he cannot stay alive when any of the members of DRX look at him.
The inhibitors will respawn in about 30 seconds here. But I think that's just enough time for DRX to get these waves going, and the super minions are still already up here in all three lanes, so they're not just going to disappear.
Yeah, well, Rich is going to find an angle. That's a beautiful cast. Polo trying to get out, but once again, Hambach is just left to the wolves. Another hostile takeover is decent, but Polo's eaten by a dragon. Lazyfield is dancing around the battlefield, and his dragon is hungry, and it's hungry for the first match win of the LCK Cup for DRX. Teddy was unwell today. Lazyfield played in Challenger yesterday, picked up player of the match, and he may do it again here as DRX take down the Casper Cup champion.
Wukong lock-in here. Not going to be really happening, I don't think, pre-6 to set up a dive. I mean, it's not impossible depending on the lane state, but it's going to be a lot trickier than a lot of other junglers could help you do. One of the two would go this week out of the 10 series. I'm thinking this one isn't going to be it so far, in my professional opinion.
All right, I appreciate that. I needed a professional opinion because I wasn't quite sure myself. Kingan's moving back towards the top side. Looks like the Dragon is going to be successfully secured here by the DN Freecs. They are going to be able to grab that one. Next one going to be an Infernal. So the really cool soul percentage chance is another feat of strength, which means that we're getting closer and closer to having feat, which is
and a fight. Here comes Kingan.
All right, Bulldog making his way over on a flank angle. That is an immediate cleanse from Berserker, but now he's got even more issues. He does try and get himself out of the way, but that is First Blood going over to the Ziggs. The Cyclone's doing a whole bunch of work, though, as the Akali's on the board. Lehens with that level 6, but into the backline goes Dudu. Lehens still keeping himself alive, but can Dudu say the same thing? The answer is yes. He was bailed out, didn't even need it, as Gideon's going to bite the dust. And Bulldog sitting on 2-0 to start this one off.
Really huge play here for Bulldog. Picks up a ton of money.
And ult and press every button that he has. And he just teleported down there. Oh dear, Dudu is going to suffer the same fate, but he's going to die. That is a solo kill for Kingin. Many times before you get to shred a little bit, and so you can try and get rid of it a little bit earlier on, but I think Gideon's probably still fine with how this one's going, especially with the CS situation, as now Kingin could be in trouble. The Dudu's revenge is swift, and it is dangerous. Another Nimbus Strike does come in, and Dudu's dashing around will be able to pick up that kill. So it takes them a little bit of time, but they do manage to grab that kill in the end.
Yeah, and there's no cross map available. The fact that Bulldog is as ahead as he is means he just completely controls Fisher.
Feels good.
I'll try to slide it in when I can.
Yeah. It's a great one. Absolutely. All right, Bulldog on a bit of a flank angle. Pyosik gets into the pit. Let's see whether he can steal this one away. He's done these before, but Gideon is going to be able to lock it down. But now, the perfect execution. Let's see whether it's going to work. He's straight into prison, though. Not exactly optimal, as it's going to be a cloud soul. Oh, baby, the excitement coming through from every angle. Fish in the middle. Berserker going to come on over, though, and not exactly even this one out. There is also an Ambassador up there, so it looks like it is going to be that feat of strength being picked up by DNF. So that's one apiece. Only a turret remains between these two squads, and I'm seeing a Ziggs. Oh, yeah. This is really dangerous. Pyosik needs to get this down.
It's close.
No, it's done. Yeah, Kingin is going to be able to take it. The power of Jace will grab that first turret blood, and I think that's a blunder here for DNF. I mean, they had the Herald.
Yeah, they had the Herald so early. At least they're going to be able to get some damage on this inner, but that's feats of strength. Over to Nongshim. Great reaction from Kingin.
And all of these minefields are real dangerous. As the ulti not necessarily working, Dudu dashing around this fight. They've got him right where they want him. Kingin going to be going down first as Bulldog diving forward. Land's going to get knocked up. In fact, there's a triple hostile takeover from Life onto everyone. Fisher trying to keep them into position, but now it's Dudu looking to try and tidy this one up, and I think he's got the dashes to do it.
And enough control over the top side where they actually can take the dragon, then regroup here. Nongshim just won't be able to take this fast enough at this stage of the game, so they do their due diligence, check it out, set up vision, then take the dragon, and will now rotate back over.
Dude is trying to get a little bit of space here with this mid lane as the ulti does come through. Bulldog looking to make his way up as Life could be in trouble, but instead they turn their attention towards the Akali, who gonna be able to flash out of the way, and oh no, there's the Mega Inferno Bomb, and it grabs two with the help of Kingin Shock Blast. It looked like he'd almost made the great escape, but instead he was dead. That is going to be Otacon taken here for Nongshim as well. They got some feats of strength in their back pocket. Looked like they were on their heels in this game. That is going to be a large amount of value that they'll be able to pick up, although they're not going to have their mid-outer turret.
No, certainly not. I mean, that's the consolation prize here for DNF after this exchange, but picking up Otacon is going to feel nice. It's not a composition that necessarily utilizes the withdraw as well as some of the other comps, but
onto the Yone, as there's a Shuriken backflip. I think he's going to have to take a bit of a recall here, and there he goes. So they get rid of one of them.
Yeah, he does have teleport. See if he wants to just head to the top lane, or if he just
40 gold and a blood petal in exchange for an outer turret. Well,
yeah,
not great.
That's the trade deal meme.
Oh wait, two turrets actually.
Yeah, I receive. This deal keeps getting worse all the time. Lando
Calrissian's got something to say about that, man.
Oh well, this is actually maybe 3 turrets, Atlas.
Well, there's the Glacial Prison going wide. Let's see whether Life can actually find an angle here. He just gets knocked up immediately, but he's pretty tanky. Okay, they're sending him all home. And it looks like Gideon wants to go home as well. He's like, damn, I'm so tanked. But yeah, they're all just going to go for a bit of a
4 turrets, Atlas!
Yeah. So they throw themselves all at an inhibitor turret and successfully not died, but die.
Yeah.
It's beautifully done.
TP. It's the mid lane.
Oh, Lahen's going to get the flash out of Berserker. Has to invest his own, as now Fisher looking for a bit of an angle. Look, Pyosik, he's going to come down. Life not going to quite find it because Fisher's able to flash his way out of there. There's Dudu also dancing around this fight. That hostile takeover was not the one that Life was looking for, and Pyosik cannot find the reset on the bailout, and so he's going to hit the deck as well. Situation that we are seeing here.
I mean, the tier 3 boots have been done for Ju for a while. He actually had top damage on the Rift, was shown just a moment ago.
Yeah.
The Ziggs was a bit of a slow starter compared to a lot of the time what we've seen from Ziggs in the LCK, where he gets a ton of plates and or turrets early and is set up that way. A lot of scenarios where it's really uncomfortable for this Kalista.
Oh, ulti going to come through here from Fisher really nicely, picking out Bulldog here even though he's in his shroud, as that was a weird flash, but it actually worked. The shuriken backflip, keeping him alive for so long, but there are a lot of bad guys in that area. And it is going to be Jiwoo that's able to lock down that kill in the end. Really needs like an extra couple of Teemos on that Q to start hitting a few more of them. And now Berserker taking matters into his own hands. I don't know about this one. However, he is able to flash his way out. The bailout's going to come on through. Does he have the Rens available? He does not. Lance gets a 3-man knockup with that pulverize. It's gorgeous.
The kind of issue I was talking about, you got to close the gap somehow. He knows he has bailout, and I think that was the closest to a successful fight he was ever going to get. He was like, I'm taking this game into my hands, and it almost was able to set them up a pick, right? It was fairly close.
Yeah.
But you could just see the problems of the composition in that moment, encapsulated in his attempt there to kind of just kamikaze his way through, but he is unsuccessful, and that's a Baron
Available as well. But it is a bear inhibitor in the mid lane. So Nongshim can get 2 right here as Berserker taking so much damage. There's the Glacial Prison. Knockups are coming through, though the hostile takeover is so good, and Berserker keeps himself alive. They take down the turret. Is now Dudu getting into that backline. He flashes on top of Jiwoo. That is so much money, and Dudu may have just saved it for the DN Freecs. Kingen going to be going down. He cannot stand against 5 of them. Although it does look like he's posturing aggressively. You can kind of feel it, the bouncing bomb. Doing a little bit here is Kingen, also off to the side, really wanting to create a fish in a barrel scenario. Man, how did no one get hit by that?
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
So
Is Berserker going in again? All right, Kingen could be in trouble. Mega Inferno Bomb not really doing too much as they take down the Jace. Dudu just trying to keep himself alive. Bulldog diving into the back line as well. The flash on top of the Ziggs, and the main man is down. It's now Fisher that's in trouble as he has created enough space. The knockups are good from Lehens, but they've lost all the damage. And Berserker's still on full health. This guy's a madman. As Bulldog getting on in there, he should be able to take down Fisher here, finding the 5-point strikes. And unfortunately, that Soul has to rebind. Even goes Golden to get the style points. Berserker's going to grab himself a Cloud Soul, and this game is back around again.
Yeah, now there's no wave set up here for them to just rush down and start pushing to end the game or even to threaten an inhibitor just yet. 50 seconds on Fisher, though, means that they will be definitely looking for that as soon as they grab this Baron. They grab Cloud Soul. We talked about how important that is with the movement speed. He has no fear. He knows how Callista works, and when he's got a Renata attached to him and he's got this many items, he just can do almost no wrong.
Yeah,
and that's Baron.
It's so beautifully done because there was no counterplay to that.
This Elder fight, okay, maybe there's a chance here now in the bottom lane, but the team is not set up for this.
Yeah, still 1.5 minutes as the ulti comes through from Fisher, but he's not able to lock onto Berserker here.
I don't know.
Gets out of the way.
I don't know if they're going to get it. I mean, they're going to get this mid turret at least. That's gold, but more than gold, they need super minions here, I feel. It's not impossible to win if they don't get one, but...
Onto the map. All right, there's the flash. Cyclone right on top of Jiwoo. He's going to have to flash to get himself out of there. Now Gideon all on his lonesome, but he's real tanky. Going to be able to survive at least for now. 2k damage here for Berserker to start this one off, and they've started the Elder.
Jiwoo having blue buff here from that global blue is actually super huge for him as well.
Look at this flank from Bulldog. This is real scary. They've turned on him immediately. He can go into the Shroud, but he's almost just dead. But into the back line goes Dudu. He's headbutted out of there, but everyone is just piling on top. The hostile takeover doesn't do enough, but it does something, and DNF are just going to be flashing after them. Kingen looking to go down, and we thought that this was in the bag for Nongshim, and DNF said, "Now, hold my bailout. We're going to kill you all."
Everything put into Jiwoo there, and it looked like maybe he was going to be punishing Bulldog, but he steps one step too far forward. He's the one who goes down, and Berserker says, "I've lost interest in killing the enemy champions. I'm killing the Elder."
Yep, and Dudu is just, going to be trying to take them down in their base, and that is going to be successful. First inhibitor going to go down, the inhibitor turret, and the Nexus turret's going to be following. This dragon is angry, and it's hungry, and it's not going to be eating more for dinner tonight. Instead, it's going to have to settle for a Nexus and a couple of turrets. DNF, man, what a slobber knocker of a game.
And I love that DN Freecs didn't opt into going for, I mean, they could have gone for the Leona, which would have been great into the Rakan also.
Be able to take the first grub, so no feats of strength are going to be taken down here. And he can just flash out of the way if he'd like to. Instead, he decides to just go in. And that seems like a good idea because Fisher is in a whole host of trouble. Bulldog going to be able to throw down the command dissonance. And picks up the kill with a command attack. They take down the Nocturne in the end as Gideon has to flash to get himself out of the way. And Jiwoo's made his way in. 3 versus 3 now, but the ulti comes through from Dudu, gets the flash out from Jiwoo there as well. And man, it is chaos, but it's working out for DNF.
Yeah, in terms of flashes, feels like a trade up here for DNF. Well, Berserker is pushed in. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. So while it may have been an opportunity for Bulldog to try to push further advantages, it's ultimately going to be the first objective, full objective, that is to say, going over to Nongshim, so they'll have 1/3 of his beaten strength off of this attempted play in the mid lane. But otherwise, it's still a very quiet game with not a lot of action. It was like very short amount of action, but no death, and then it was just back to taking objectives and chilling.
It gets unleashed, and then it can just be teleported from that point on.
Sure.
As Nongshim, they've started off these grubs. Life getting some information there because they did just kill the control ward that he had put down. They can be there at a moment's notice. The Paranoia back off cooldown once again. I think that Pyoshik is looking for an opportunity here, but it is Nongshim being able to lock down at least one of them. Life goes in. There's the Paranoia. They do get the flash out from Fisher. Gravity Field not really doing too much as Bulldog has to flash himself out of the way. The ulti from Gideon gets him in there, and Bulldog nowhere to run and will be taken down. Gershik the same fate, and this is one of the issues with this drop. If the wombo doesn't work, you got nothing left.
Really help zone, and then you can actually win both sides of the fight while one of the carries gets pushed out, but this is going to be a plate going over to Fisher on top of 3 grubs going over.
Ulti, but still going to be going aggressive here. That was weird. Didn't know that's how the interaction worked. As Nongshim going to try and steal away a Brambleback. You can see Bulldog going to get pulled over. Life is here as well. But Berserker, he can Killer Instinct in. Lehens finds the angle there as Life gets the Magnet Storm over the wall with the Acathian Rain. And Berserker's able to lock down the kill onto the Victor. You can see now, wants to find the opportunity and gets in there. The Feather Storm comes down though. Does he have the Feather Pull? The answer's no. As Berserker looking to try and dash his way out with that supercharge, but the Audacious Charge is going to be better, and it's a double kill for Gideon. He's now even further ahead in this game as Nongshim not going quietly into tonight.
Blood in the water. That's just the type of player he is. But if, in this case, if he had a little bit more restraint, it probably would have turned out better for them.
Yeah, I could imagine. But this is, so far, not necessarily been the Wombo combo dream. It looks like Nongshim will be able to collect themselves another one. That is a 4th as far as these objectives are concerned. It's not Earth, Wind, and Fire, so that's a little bit of a shame. And the Rift Herald does go down. That'll be secured here by Gideon. You can put that down wherever he likes. Sundered Sky almost has Black Cleaver completed as well as OK Paranoia comes in. They're going to get the combo, but can they get the kill? That's the question. The answer is yes, they absolutely can.
Well, it turns out they can only kill Fisher this game, but they've done it 3 times, so it's starting to stack up.
Yeah, it's working. Well,
yeah, it's not a Sejuani, you know.
Yeah. I think you'd prefer something like a Viego to get super fed because like it feels like a legitimate carry threat, but Xin Zhao I think can still really get some carrying done.
Yeah, like, you know, you could utilize that gold to just drop a Herald into a turret.
And that gives you a feat of strength. So there you go, gets another charge there as well.
Charge as well, so feeling really good about that. It's okay.
Oh, I've seen this movie before! This time it's going to be a slightly different version. This one is a little bit colder, and Aurora's going to be able to grab that kill. So
what, the weird face thing?
Yeah. Doesn't it look a bit like Volibear if you like squint your eyes?
Well, you know, I was waiting to use this for like a lull state, and I guess we're kind of in one.
Yeah. After is it Warhammer?
No, he's Protoss, man. He's Zeratul cousin.
Who is Zeratul cousin?
Apparently Victor, man. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's just Victor. Okay, never mind.
Like, seriously, all I can see is a Protoss, so I see him every time.
Okay, so what we just need the voice actor to do, like, my life for hire, and then, like, it'd be so good, right?
I think it's the crossover we've all been missing.
Yeah. We really need to, like, dig into the meme. It has to happen.
Focused.
Yeah.
He said that I should have watched it because it should have been my prep for the season. That's true.
Yeah, she's a bit upset.
I'm in trouble. Why'd you have to ask me on TV?
I watched it, don't worry. Fiend delivered, and Lehens is on a flank angle.
But it's so far away for Bulldog.
Oh, Berserker is going to get caught out. They all just dive on top of him. There's the ulti and the flash out, though, and the Chaos Storm comes down, and the 3-man shockwave is gorgeous. Once again, Fisher is dead, and this time Dudu is on the perfect flank angle. Oh, Atakan, that guy, he really does kill some teams. And it's going to happen once again as DNF, they'll be able to take him down.
I thought initially it was Bulldog's teleport on the flank there, but it was actually Dudu's And he's able to, after the Pyoshik Bulldog combo there, the Nocturne Orianna setup. Game state here for Nongshim is just simply, like, we talked about how all the money's on Jin Zhao, but also the main big damage dealer, the safe damage dealer in the Victor, is just so far behind.
Yeah, it's not feeling too safe as they catch him once again. Down he goes. And remember, they get a free ticket home. That's precisely what they want. Life's gonna dive back in, gets the Magnus. Oh my god, the damage is revolting. Dudu's under about 7 turrets, and he's just going to take the easy way out. They take 2 with them. They do no damage to the turret, but they have a great time.
Adaptive damage and a little bit of experience points.
There you go.
I guess it's worth it, Atlas.
I'm looking at the money at the top of the screen though, and I'm thinking, nah, probably not. And we're gonna see it again. Oh god, this time it's the Xayah that's taken out. Jiwoo didn't really know what was going on. The lights were off and then his lights were out.
Grab 2 balance, Cross is underpowered.
It all goes back to that. All right, Pyoshik taking so much damage from this Baron, as we can see. Dudu gonna have to help out with that one, I think, as now Kingen could be in trouble. He eats a whole bunch of the CC, but Fisher, he eats a slowy wall, and he doesn't really want to. The Chaos Storm doing a lot of work here, but the Magnet Storm is gonna do the same thing. Maybe an overstep though, as he's taken out. Berserker getting into that back line. Gideon might be going down again, and yes, he does. There's no damage to take him out, and it's 2 going into the hands of the Kaiser, and now Kingen is surrounded by DNF boys. Jiwoo trying to make his way back, and he does manage to get a few of these. The Feather Storm comes through, but Dudu, oh, the Feather Pull is gorgeous.
Oh, then Bulldog also flashes, but doesn't get the kill.
Pyoshik has the ultimate, and Jiwoo doesn't have his, and he's dead. Oh, but the feathers! Yeah, the feathers taken out. Okay, so Pyoshik solo the Baron, and it's worth it, my guy.
There's like a dragon, so I don't know if we will, but anyway, I'll have to go watch it on YouTube later. Because he flashes and then doesn't get the okay.
Yeah, sorry, we have to come out of it. A little bit of a shame is Fisher. Do we need to see? I mean, he's probably dead again. Okay, Gravity Field goes down.
That dragon is dead.
Yeah, dragon is definitely dead, and it's going to be DNF that deny the soul. And so once again, we are going to remain without an Ocean Soul. The Rift Scuttler is going to be taken.
They have no vision.
There's a scary flank ward here. As you can see, the Baron down to 50%. It's going down so incredibly fast.
Might be gone.
Yeah, the teleport is a little late, you could say. As now Pyoshik, yeah, no opportunity. Still hasn't even pressed the ultimate button. Flash.
Yeah, like every time I die, I like ping the Nocturne Orianna ult. Everyone's like, yeah, we saw you die, it's fine.
4 items versus 4 items, but it does feel like Jiwoo is going to be able to sort of stand and deliver, utilizing that GA quite comfortably.
It feels like he shouldn't have been able to get to this point, but he was gifted a few kills.
He's a lot here from
Dudu on a really fantastic flank as well to set up a big ult.
Yeah, this is such an important moment here for DNF. Can they make the combo actually work? As there's the paranoia. Pyoshik not going to be able to take the dragon, as now Lehens trying to keep them all alive. The Feather Storm has already gone down, and Dudu just wreaking havoc in that backline. Berserker trying to do the same thing. As down to the GA goes Jiwoo. But this fight is so broken up. It's now Berserker against the world. Can he get it done? Gideon says, no, you cannot. As he flashes on top of him. Not going to be able to do it. That's a double kill, and Fisher's on the board.
Some time. Jiwoo did the heavy lifting. He had the GA. They had everything they needed for this one fight for Ocean Soul. That's where the real tipping point comes through, I suppose. That last big fight earlier on, too, was a huge win for them to grab Baron. And I guess they do it, Atlas. I didn't see it coming.
Well, Life is going to try and stop them. And it's not quite going to work out here. Dudu not going to be able to do enough either. And with the Ocean Soul helping, they're going to be able to take down the Nexus. Nongshim will even out the series. We're going to go to all 6. And the decider is going to be coming up. It's Feast or Famine here on the side of Nongshim. And the DN Freecs, they have the insurance policy.
Well, sometimes we just have to stay too meta. Oh, Lehens?
Yeah, going to come on over and look to punch Pyoshik here. He punched it. There you go. Spear is going to connect there as well. Pyoshik going to flash, gets out his shield. The flash forward from Gideon. That's First Blood. As Bulldog, if he gets a kill here, it could actually be really dangerous despite First Blood going on over. But no, he pounces over the wall and he gets himself out of there. The flap comes in. Oh, the flash forward! And Bulldog collects it. Is it worth it? We'll have to find out in future. See whether that flash can be punished. Like, you can lead some objectives into a Herald and then get first turret, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that is sort of like the way that it kind of works. And so First Blood is not entirely necessary as far as that is concerned, but it looks like they are going to be able to grab their first objective of the game as well. So Nongshim looking to really accelerate that one as Berserker takes the turret shot, putting a lot of pressure on the Jiwoo here, as we can see.
Yoshik's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Good old surprise party Ivern.
Well, he's getting zoned.
With a Gromp instead.
Heading towards a mid-game that he's going to feel very confident with.
Yeah, I would agree. And you can see that DNF are going to be able to move forward and look for this one as, okay, Lahen's going to get caught out, knocked up by the kitchen sink, but the Braum just explodes. Okay, trade of supports, but where did Life go?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's really gone.
But, I mean, this is a trade up for DNF because they got Berserker the kill.
Oh, no. Fricassee going to connect onto Gideon. Daisy getting mad and going to chase that cat into the brush. Looks like Gideon's going to have to get out of there as, oh, no. My money's on Daisy for this one. The explosion of that shield. The flash has to be invested. Not even able to pounce over that wall. As, all right, Yoshik is kind of in no man's land. Spear is going to connect somehow. One more arcade shift going to come on through, but Kingen, he finds the flank angle. The slowest flap of your life there for Bulldog. Ain't gonna save him. And the Lumberjack to the rescue will mean objective number 2 here for Nongshim.
That's right. DNF didn't get any of these grubs, so it's going to be 6 grubs for Nongshim, so denying all of the grubs from the Jacks as well as getting that second objective for Feats of Strength that you mentioned. Now they just need to get this Dragon bottom side, and they get Feats of Strength. So this is a huge turnaround here. It looked great for DNF, but chasing a bit too deep, pretty much.
2 and 0. Going to be building up a whole bunch of tanky items. And Gideon looking to steal stuff away. Dudu is going to find him, though, as the Blast Cone will get Gideon to the wrong direction. Yoshik will turn up. Lahen's trying to offer something as well as the arrow connects! And that is the kill onto the Nidalee. Daisy comes out now. We're getting serious here as she punches Jiwoo one time and then backs away. But earlier, so Fisher going to be able to make sure that he gets out scot-free. And after the game that he had previously on the Victor, you cannot really blame him as, oh no, Jiwoo, that was not the arcade shift you were looking for. Concussive blows comes down, the ulti's perfect. Sometimes life comes at you fast, my friend. And Jiwoo is going to suffer the brunt of it as Spears coming on in. Gideon going to have to get out of there. Kingen might be able to get first turret, which is going to mean feats of strength galore here for Nongshim as the rocket, the rocket, what is it called? It's the hook.
Yeah, rocket grab, right?
Rocket grab. Why did I not remember what grab was? My brain only has room for so many things, apparently. And the Ivern is going to be able to take down the Cloud Drake. Cloud Drake's still in there, as it turns out.
In a few moments' time here.
Well,
maybe a pick here.
Yeah, Lahen's. Does he get the hook? No, he doesn't. But man, he gets a flash. And now the follow-up is in. Koshik's the one that flashes this time, but unfortunately Bulldog didn't come with an extra charge. And so that is the turret going down at the same time. Dudu's going to try and trade.
But I don't think he needs them to take this turret out. He has teleport. And Nongshim are going to try to take this Herald.
Yeah, so the Herald will be secured. Dudu's going to split push to his heart's content, though. It's actually kind of big. The fact that Dudu can actually be useful in a side lane really be helping out, because if Nongshim are forced to group up to make their composition work, and then it can be a problem. Is all right, Life just going to tank it up. Don't hook Braum. He's got a big door. He doesn't care. Dudu finds the flank angle, and they're going to lock down the Scion, who takes a lot of killing. In fact, maybe too much killing. And finally, he does go down. Berserker with that Q activated, doing a lot of damage, as Jiwoo is able to keep himself safe. And the zombie is not going to do enough at all. And DNF come alive here at 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't fully understand the thought process on this one from Nongshim, but looking for a pick, starting to feel the pressure. They had just taken the Herald. There's the Herald drop here.
It feels so against the play, doesn't it? With the Herald going down in favor of Nongshim, like you'd expect them to have a bit more control. Instead, Lahen's is running away. Gideon's just going to be left out to the Wolves. Or make that the Dragons. His mom comes down and eats him.
Dax almost
now,
done.
Yeah, Kingen, what's he tanking for? Nobody else is sticking around. And he is just going to be left out as DNF. I think it looks to me like Nongshim have just kind of ran out of ergs.
Yeah.
They ran out of, what to do.
I mean, that's the Bulldog finishing his stacks as well.
Yeah, and we have to go back to the first game as well. Life looking real good. Life almost being able to steal a red buff is kind of hilarious, as Arakan is going to be secured here by DNF.
And let's give Berserker credit where it's due.
Oh, 100%.
His arrows have been so good this game.
And with how good Berserker was in the first game, would he get player of the match?
Right now, he's 100% my vote. I mean,
yeah, I would agree.
Crazy changes.
Both doing a lot of damage this game. Kind of amazing that a Smolder is topping the damage at 24 minutes. You feel like that should take a little while longer to come in, but that is just the game state.
Yeah.
As Berserker has got some volleys to keep them out of here. Lehens certainly does need to be respected somewhat for these hooks that can bring a priority target in, but as you can see here, Nongshim not pulling the trigger just yet, and it's DNF that are going to do so. Fisher immediately going to get McHale's as Lehens at least gets that one done. I don't know about that one, Dudu, as Mum comes down, but Lehens still going to die. Mum does so much damage, and look at this with the Ivo, and this Jax is just immortal. Both of them going golden. Gideon going to get eaten by a dragon. You can see Bulldog going to be able to take him out. Dogs versus cats, I guess. It's going to be Bulldog that comes out on top, and this one is, okay, that's a fully charged Q.
Die. He's going to just come back. He is going to come back right now, and, you know, at this point, I think Bulldog's like, I would like some more.
Yeah. They know exactly where Jiu is as Dudu comes on over. The door just eats the True Shot barrage. This Braum has been such an incredible pick. And they get in there. You can see Kingen trying to utilize that ultimate to lock them down as Lahen's not going to be stealing that one away. That's going to be the Baron secured by Pyoshik. Kingen is now a zombie as Bulldog just trying to flap his way away and will be able to do so. The spear not going to connect. Jiwoo able to offer back a lot of damage here as Dudu does need to be a little bit careful as the Achu just barely not able to get him as, oh, the arrow for the snipe. Doesn't quite get in there, but the damage has been done. The Baron has been secured, and Berserker's already utilizing it in the mid lane.
There's no smite, but we're still trying to be around this smolder, and it's a bad time.
Well, Lehens is going to get a hook onto a Braum, and this time he's dead. Nicely done. So they managed to take down Life for 40 seconds.
Comeback games. I mean, Jiu was like, man, once I got online with Smolder, the game didn't end for like over an hour.
Not to mention the fact that Berserker can do things like this. Now that he has the big old shield, Life diving into so many people, but look at the value of the door. It is disgusting how much this does. As Lehens, yeah, that rocket punch not doing too much of anything, and now Dudu feeling immortal himself as long as he has that gentleman tree around him. And he's going to go golden there, utilizing that. Zonya's repaired his arm guard quite nicely, but the turret is getting angry, and finally he is going to go down. Bulldog's at full health though, and Nongshim, I think they're losing an inhibitor turret at least, because Berserker is just by himself in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. They don't even have grubs, but we're at the point of the game where these turrets just don't last long. Allen goes one inhibitor, and a second inhibitor turret will fall. I mean, I suppose there's a world where maybe they could defend this if Berserker was more vulnerable, but he's got flash.
Yeah, Life needs to really save him here, though, because there are a lot of people coming. That's 4. I think Life might be dead, and Berserker is also dead.
Okay.
Hook. So, double kill there for Jiwoo. It is going to be an inhibitor in trade for it.
They didn't get that inhibitor, in fact. It didn't survive.
That there is.
You mean, like, there's definitely a way that, is it possible? Is Atlas onto something here? Like, anything is throwable.
Well, Life is going to show them the door, and he's going to get hooked in, and he's going to die.
Atlas?
I need to stop telling Life how valuable and cool he is.
This composition doesn't have a strong tank. DNF, so they're so scared of starting Baron, somebody getting hooked and then getting, like, you know, isolated corral.
Oh, arrow going to connect there onto Jiwoo, but he does get cleansed immediately. Now Dudu diving into that backline. Fisher in a bit of trouble. Dudu goes golden. Gideon now, he's going to get cleansed as well. Goes golden as well, and now Jiwoo's running out of buttons that he can press. Arcane Shift Flash, not enough as DNF close in. And with the jungler and AD carry both dead, Kingen's going to try and hold on to the wave to keep this game alive. It's not going to work out. Down he goes, and it's Bulldog that's gifted the prize of the kill money. It's completely unnecessary because they're about to take down the Nexus.
Okay, Fisher doing the Faker strat, and Valkyrie's his way to taking out that super minion, but another wave comes through here. Lehens, grab one of those minions away. Buy some time.
All right, Nexus turret number 1 going to go down. Lehens not going to be doing anything. Fisher as well, grasping at straws to say the least. And that's a bare Nexus. That is going to be a game win for DNF. Able to keep things interesting as far as our groups as well.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.